Hello, this is Laura Duncan from CSMS. Today we're going to be discussing volumes of cones. Since you're missing the in-class demonstration, we encourage you to watch this video with the attached QR code to enhance your understanding. So when we're comparing the volume of cylinders to a cone, we're trying to compare things that have the same base. So all of these have the same base and they have the same height. Please note that the bases are circles and the height is always perpendicular. That's why I chose the middle line, because it is perpendicular to the base, which is a circle. Now suppose we have a cylinder and a cone with the same size base and height. The cone would be 1/3 of the volume of the cylinder. That means the cylinder is bigger. Now remember that the base for a cylinder or a cone will be a circle. And we remember the volume of a cylinder was V equals area of the base times the height. So now to write that in terms of a cone, we're going to have 1/3 times the base times the height. Now if we substitute the area of the circle in place of the big B, remember it's so big, it's a whole formula, then we can determine the specific equation for a cone to be volume equals 1/3 pi r squared times the height, where pi r squared is the big B, or the area of the base. So let's look at example 1. The name of the shape is a cone. The volume formula is V equals 1/3 big B times the H. So 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. To find the big B, we're only looking at the base. We're only looking at the circle. We need to know the radius of that circle. So the radius is 5. Let's come back to the height in a moment. Because this is a circle, to find the area, we would use pi r squared. The number in the formula would be pi. We're substituting r with 5, and we'll square that. Remember to use the pi button in your calculator. We'll round that to the nearest tenth to have 78 5/10. Now here is where students get mixed up. They forget that we are using this formula. We have to always look back to our formula. So the volume will be 1/3 times the area of the base, 78.5, times the height. Let's go find that height now. The height is always perpendicular to the base. So that is the height right there. It is 9. So we'll substitute that into our formula. Remember this part. That's the part people forget. And then our volume is 235 5/10. Now the units for volume are cubed. So it's inches to the 3rd power. Let's continue with example 2. Remember to use the pi button. So the name of the shape is a cone. The volume formula for a cone is 1/3 area of the base times height. Now let's look at the radius. First of all, they don't give us the radius here. This goes all the way across. So the diameter is 16 meters. Now the diameter is also equal to 2 times the radius. So since we know the diameter is 16, we can find out the radius by dividing by 2. So the radius in this case would be 8. The radius is 8 since it's half of the diameter, and then the height is always perpendicular. It's the line going from the point of the cone to the circle, the area of the base. So the height is 22. Now let's look at just the shape of the base. This is the work area for big B. The shape of the base is a circle. That leads us to our formula. The area of a circle on your formula chart is A equals pi r squared. We'll use our pi button and we'll substitute 8 for our radius. Put that into your calculator and let's round to the nearest tenth. Now that we have our area, we're going back to our formula, 1/3 big B times h. If it helps you, bring it down here and then substitute it. So students forget that 1/3 all the time. Then we have the area of the base times the height. The height was 22. So put all of that into your calculator and we'll have the volume. Remember that the volume will have cubic units. So this will be meters cubed. Number 3 has a twist. First, let's start with the name of the shape. It is a cone. We know the volume formula is 1/3 area of the base times the height. Now the radius is given this time. It is 7. However, this is a slanted line. Since it's a slanted line and not perpendicular, it cannot be the height. But I want you to notice something here. We can find out the height. Do you recognize that as a triangle? So that is a triangle. And since it is a triangle, we can find this missing position, this height here, by using the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So this slanted side, that's the hypotenuse. And we're looking for the height of that triangle. So that height will be a squared, and we'll use the 7 as our b squared. The hypotenuse should be easily recognizable because it is the one across from the right angle. Now, if you recognize that this was a triple, then you may certainly write down that triple and use that. If you did not recognize, then we're going to substitute our numbers. Then we're going to isolate our a. A squared equals 576. But remember, we don't want a squared. We have to isolate the a. So we'll take the square root of both sides. The square root of a squared is a, and the square root of 576 is 24. So that is our height. Our height is equal to 24 because that's the perpendicular line. So now that we've had that little side step of work, we get to substitute our height. Now going back to the shape of the base. The shape of the base, it is a circle. To find the area of a circle, we use pi r squared. We'll put our numbers in. Our radius was 7, so it'll be pi times 7 squared. please put that in your calculator and round to the nearest tenth. Now I want to be sure that you understand, when we're talking about area, we're talking about units squared. When we're talking about height or measurements, we're talking about feet or just units. Now we'll be looking at volume. Remember that you're substituting it into the formula written up here. Be sure to look back at that formula. So volume equals 1/3 area of the base, which is 153.9, times the height, and we found that the height was 24. Please multiply using your calculator. And the final answer will be cubic feet, or feet cubed. Let's go down to example number 4. This is a star type question, if ever I saw one. It says, look at the cone. And yes, that is a cone. Then it asks you the question, what expression can be used to find the volume of a cylinder with the base and the height that are congruent to the corresponding measures in the cone? So let's go back and look at the question again. They said look at the cone, but what do they really want? They want the volume of a cylinder. A volume of a cylinder is big B times H. So knowing that the volume of the cylinder is big B times H, what can we eliminate? We don't see 1/2 in that formula, so we can eliminate A. We don't see 3 in that formula, so we can eliminate D. We don't see 1/3 in that formula, so we can eliminate C. So let's go back to this volume and make sure B is correct. Volume is equal to big B times the height. Remember, big B is so big, she's a whole formula. So it's pi r squared times the height. That will equal the volume of the cylinder. So what's our R? According to this, remember it has a corresponding radius to this cone. So our R would be 4. So we have pi, we have 4 squared, and then our height. Our height is the corresponding height to the cone, which would be 9. So B is a match. There will be one like this on a quiz or a test. So even though it says look at the cone, read the instructions to make sure you don't miss the extra information. The lesson is yours.